Yes, 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 we are here, we are here, we are here. And who are we, you may ask yourselves? Well, we're the Arcturians, the Palladians, and a whole lot of other collectives who are here to assist these messages and have always been here to assist with all of these messages. The vehicle feels that we are prompting her once again to be the open channel for our messages, and this is the messages that we would like you to hear today. We ask and ask and ask of you to connect in with us. We also ask and ask and ask for you to love yourselves, respect yourselves in all of your experiences in this lifetime. Don't just focus on one day of who you are today. Honor your full journey, recall your full lessons and experiences that you thus remember now, and go and do that healing and acknowledgement and that recognition of everything you've gone through. We have asked many of you to be diligent with your homework and in your inner work to be able to release you from things that no longer serve you. And we ask you to do this again and again and again, because many of you think it's an option. And of course, yes, it is, because you have your free will. But the reason why we are asking you this is because we know you are to be needed to be of service. Many of you are so self-indulgent with your own 3D living, you have forgotten why you are here. You have forgotten your mission. You have forgotten your purpose. And while you're indulging in the 3D and enjoying all that density, we would again, with much love and appreciation, ask you to remember why you are here. Remember the service you promised humanity. Remember why you are here. And as you are thinking about your New Year's resolutions, where is your priorities? Are you still trying to seek abundance, financial abundance? Are you still trying to seek external love? What is your motivation of what you still feel like you are lacking in your life? And can't you understand and can't you trust that you are capable of being able to give everything that you are seeking externally, internally? Many of you are still seeking for materialism. And that makes us concerned, because your spiritual growth is not in materialism. And so we ask you again and again and again, go and connect in with us. Have some private time to yourself in your awakening hours to hear our messages. Being of service is profoundly important. You are playing a very important part to this evolutional step. And we beg you now to take your spiritual journey and mission seriously and honor your life contract to being here now. It is not up to others. It is up to you. Being of service is important. And many of you are listening as if this is a suggestion and a cute option. And we are saying, many of you are not seeing that we're talking to you. We are asking you and reminding you of your purpose and mission here. It is not for someone else to do your work. You are to do your work and to be of service, because you're in the most appropriate location. You have the most appropriate connections. Everyone around you is significant for your role and your helping of evolution and helping humanity. And complaining to others about how dense they are or how asleep they are, that is judgment that quite frankly should be beneath you. You are to be of service to all of the prickly cactuses with much love. You shouldn't be sitting there in judgment saying that it's too hard to connect in and be showing people unconditional love. By loving them, it will help them realize that they need to and they can safely stop being those cactuses. Because when those people are being constant cactuses, they're showing you that they still feel like life is unsafe for them and that they cannot be kind-hearted and trusting, that they are always on defense, hence the cactuses, hence their prickly demeanor. And we are seeing way too many light workers complaining about those cactuses, which are your responsibility. You literally signed up to be able to love them and heal them and help them through love and understanding and listening to them and respecting them and guiding them out of their looping, guiding them out of their negativity, sowing the seeds of positivity, sowing the seeds of hope, sowing the seeds of love and friendship and respect. You show them how it is safe to not be cactuses. Acknowledge what they're going through. Communicating with them, understanding why they are scared and afraid. You do not need to know all of the answers for them, but being a genuine, kind-hearted person towards them all is going to help them so much. A smile to a stranger could be the most important thing that they've ever experienced that day. So remember, even though many of you do not know this or trust this, everyone is capable of feeling your thoughts and feelings. And so when you are feeling judgmental towards someone who is wearing a mask or someone who is doing something that you do not approve of or have a different belief system of, even the biggest light workers can judge others in their minds, and that energy will ripple out. Do you really think that helping humanity with judgment is going to help the shift go faster? It will not. So please be mindful of your mindsets and how you perceive others. This is why it's easy just to love everyone and accept everyone and trust that they're all on their own journeys. But being full of love yourself and empowering yourself and knowing that you do not need to impress upon anyone and get their approval. You can just be comfortable being you. And we want you to be so comfortable being you and loving all and having that bigger perspective and having that inner peace that will empower many. But we see there is a disconnect for a few of you listening now, that you want to have the higher perspective and understand that the shift is happening and be very focused on the shift, and all you want to do is shift. But you're not taking and noticing your other responsibilities in the daily lives of being in the 3D and being of service. You must understand your role that you're playing, and for some of you, you are impacting people in a negative way because you're not reaching out to them, you're not supporting them with loving guidance and support, you are avoiding them. People change very quickly, and this energy is forcing many people who were once dense to have upliftment. They have either been triggered in dreams or personal experiences and they've overcome it, and they're not the same person you may have judged once upon a time. And so this is important for you all to be honest with yourselves and be able to see where you could be of more service, because you all think that you're doing the best you can and you've made excuses why you can't be more. And we're saying there is no room for excuses when you're a light worker. This is not a hobby. This is not a hobby contract or mission which you use your free will to step up or not, you will be forced to step up more and more and more. You will feel so uncomfortable within yourself when you're not being of service. We will be nagging you. You can trust that. Just like we're nagging you now. This is making the vehicle feel like this was not the love and empowerment message you promised we would give today. And we are saying we're not here to be false cheerleaders. We're here to call you out for those who need to be called out, to remind you once again, we see you, we love you, and we are kindly asking for you to remind yourself why you are here and how you can be the best leader for your circle of friends and family. Because that is literally why you're listening to us, to remember that you're very capable of loving all. Very capable of loving all. And it is just those sticky emotions of feeling like you're going to be ridiculed once again, or your fear of emotions of if you did reach out to someone who is a prickly cactus and full of density, what if they reacted to you and rejected you once again and hurt you once again? And we say you're beyond that. You're more mature than that. You can handle sticks and stones, and words do not hurt you. We love you. Be brave, our friends. Be brave and remember that your empowerment, your love, your leadership, your wisdom, your growth, your sharing is exactly what humanity needs right now. And you have known this, but you always expected it was another light worker's job and responsibility, or another influencer's job and responsibility. And we're saying, why have you shortcutted? Why have you dismissed your own personal role? Why? Why do you not see your value and your impact? Is it because you haven't stepped up truly to your full potential role and leadership? What is going on there for you? We would love you to question this yourself. Maximizing every day, loving others, inspiring others should be where your joy is reached and achieved. Many people are bored, frustrated. Well, this is not a wise choice of your time, is it? You complain to us, why aren't we there yet? I'm sick of this density. And we're saying, why do you focus on the density? Why are you judging that density? That density is purposeful for others. Empower yourselves out of that boredom. There are so many people that are desperately seeking the wisdom that you have, desperately wanting the information that you know. And while you're judging those dense beings, you are not sharing. You're not being that leader. You are holding back. You are enforcing disharmony and disconnection. We've asked you to create unity. We have asked you to create community. And you know who we're talking to. You can feel us reminding you of being of service is exactly why you are here now. You're focusing too much on your 3D responsibilities and you're distracting yourselves. And that is okay. You're still allowed to honor your 3D lives. But for those people who have not fully stepped up, for those people who are not sharing their wisdom, and those people who are still not sharing their truth and not speaking, not finding their communities, we're not just talking about physical communities, even though you're all very capable of finding like-minded people in your region. It is very easy for you when you want to connect in with others. You simply need to be open to it. But many of you have shut down too much. Many of you don't believe that there are other like-minded people in your own physical communities. And we say that is your block. That is your assumption. If you simply were open to finding other like-minded people in your community, you must have that mindset to do so. But right now, for many of you, your like-minded people in your community do not deserve you, because you are stuck in judgment and frustrated and bored and almost self-sabotaging your 3D lives. This is not what you need to be doing with your time. This is not what you need to be doing with yourselves, and this is certainly not what you need to be doing to your communities. This feels like very tough love. The vehicle is saying people will not want to hear this, and we're saying, if you are triggered, this is because we're talking to you and you know that you could have made better choices to be of service. If you're wanting this shift to happen faster, be of service. It is that simple. Complaining and being frustrated and entitled to shift when you're ready, that's interesting. But if you're wanting the shift to happen faster, you would be reaching out to all of your community, reaching out to all of your like-minded friends online, and you would find ways to be of service, to be that leader, to inspire and empower others. It is so simple. But you have to push away all of your 3D emotions of fear that you may have to find people who are cactuses, who are still stuck, and love them and support them and inspire them and help them with their lost information and their lost knowledge, because somewhere along the track they have lost their path. Sounds like work, doesn't it? And this is why many of you have chosen not to step up. Many of you don't want to be responsible for the wisdom and knowledge that you deeply know and resonate with. This information is not for hobbyists. And you have been listening to these sessions because you have wanted the wisdom and knowledge yourselves. And then to not share it is a little bit selfish, because you only need to remember when you did not know this information yourselves, how scary the world was, how overwhelming 3D was, and how much of a prickly cactus to some degree you were. And as you know, you are all fragments of source, you're all connected, you are all one. And when we ask for you to love all and love yourselves, see the bigger picture here, see the bigger purpose. So we would like to remind those who are still choosing to be of service or not, this is another with love reminder that you're much more capable than what you are doing and being. And we say this with much love and encouragement, because we hope now you can see the significance and purpose and the impact when you are truly of service. We still feel that there are many people complaining, listening to us now. They have much inner work to do. For those people who are frustrated, to be told once again that you can be better. We will keep pushing those people who are feeling entitled that they know this information and they're just bothered that other people haven't expanded and grown and been bigger light workers themselves. And we're saying this journey can be hard alone, and you know this, and this is why we want you to reach out to more like-minded people who are interested in being that connector, being that face, being that support person, being that unconditional loving being to each other can profoundly change the world. It's so simple when you start talking to each other and sharing thoughts and respecting each other. The vehicle is judging us right now, saying that this does piss off people, hearing once again what we're supposed to do. And we say, well, from our perspective, there are still many people that could be more of service. And so, obviously, she is merely the messenger, and she finds it disappointing when people try to shoot the messenger, shall we say. And she knows that this message will be one where many people feel frustrated and angry to her because they are feeling judged by us, and we are not judging you. We are trying to motivate you and inspire you and to tell you the truth that some of you could be more of service. And this is not judgment. This is an observation of your choices to not be able, you're making choices to not step up. And this is uncomfortable truth for many who are distracting themselves and who have made excuses why they can't be influential role models to their friends and families. From our perspective, it's very simple. You have made choices to not be of service. And could you imagine if the vehicle chose not to be of service? Could you imagine if we chose to not be of service? It's choices. And when you have love for all, you should be motivated to love all and support all. And the people that are being presented to you in your lives are part of your service. It's not an accident that you may be surrounded with cactuses. We say with much love, because you resonated with those cactuses. You were that cactus at one point, and maybe you still have some still sticking out points that is attracting those cactuses to you. And so it's all very purposeful who is in your lives. And so now you get to choose what you do with them and how you support them moving forward. It's marvelous times. It's wonderful times. It's a beautiful time to be alive on this planet, because there is so much work to still be done, that when you do step up, and for those who have stepped up and been of service to help humanity, oh my gosh, the souls are growing, and the pride that we have, knowing how challenging it is and how tempting it is to be in that density and be distracted. But for those light workers who are stepping up and being of service, they are profoundly making fantastic imprints and impressions and growing and supporting those humanitarians. Remembering they may look like cactuses, but they are potentially very advanced souls stuck and lost and in despair of this density, and hence they have grown their prickly thorns to be a defense mechanism for the density. If you could see their souls and have compassion for them, that would be fantastic. But many of you only see the exterior, only see their reactions to their hurt, and don't see the soul that is begging you for compassion and support. It is hard for us to still see people who should know better still choosing to judge and not connect with these very lost souls. Because many of those cactuses are dormant light workers that are just wanting to burst out of the cactus phase and into the beautiful butterfly phase. And you know, even some caterpillars that look like they have thorns and thistles on them, So whatever you need to have an analogy of their status, of their situation, we want you to be reminded that nothing is overlooked and forgotten. Once you shift out of the 3D, everyone gets to look at your choices. So while you think you can privately choose not to be of service again and again and again, there will be a point where you will look at your own life review and see that you may not have been of the best. You may have not chosen the best for yourself and for others. And it's a journey. No one truly will be judging you apart from yourself. So moving forward with your new year, that should feel fresh and new and exciting because you get to master yourself, master your 3D. What choices are you making? How are you going to be profoundly stepping up into your leadership role and inspiring all and being grateful to be here to be of service, knowing that you can be the stepping stone for many of these cactuses? You have profound choices to make. And we see many of you feeling inspired to know that you could be doing more. And ultimately, in all truth, everybody could be doing more. Until you shift out of this density, you all could be doing more. And so we impress on you all the urgency. We impress on you all the importance to be of service as you promised and as you chose, as you came here. The purpose of you being here is to be leaders, is to be inspirational influencers in the most profound of ways. You know you have a higher calling. You feel like you want to be doing more. And many of you have made assumptions of what that should and look like. We're trying to impress on you how it would look like. And we just want to remind you once again that the people in your lives are the most important people in your lives to love and support and empower. Don't feel like you need to seek out other people when you have overlooked those who are already in your physical lives. They are the ones that should have the most attention for you. It is right there for you. You do not need to keep seeking outside of your circle. Your circle is there waiting for you to engage and step up. So many of you have already given up on those circles because it just felt too hard, too dense, and there was way too many reactions that were making you feel like you were not being of service. Being an influencer, being a leader is hard work, and you know this, and this is truly mostly the reason why many of you have not wanted to step up. You knew it wasn't going to be easy. You knew you had to find inner strength to be strong, to be that leader. And so this is why we've asked you to love yourselves profoundly, so then you could be open to the reactions of others. Can you see the connection now? Can you see the significance and importance of what we have been asking from you? We do love you, and we want to inspire you to connect in with us more privately and to be guided to who you can help the most. And we would love to be able to say, you've already helped yourselves the most, so now you can be of service. We are not disappointed with you and your choices. We can understand your choices, But the reason why you have been limited is because you haven't done your inner work to empower yourself through the potential reactions people will give you when you are sharing your truths. And so really look at why you're not sharing your information that you know. Really look at why you're holding yourselves back. This is honest inner work that you are being asked from us to do. And we know you're very, very, very capable of this. It is simply a choice that you have to consciously make. You've already made this choice in your life contracts to be this, and so we're just reminding you that you have, and that you are very capable of being profound, impactful, beautiful, brilliant leaders. You have faith, you have trust, and so the more you grow on that, the more you will be empowered. We love all the growth that you have done. It's undeniable that you have grown. And so many of you still feel like you need your training wheels and you don't realize that you are ahead of the pack in your circle and you are the leaders in your circle. And your wisdom and your knowledge needs to be verbalized, and you need to share. Share and share and share. Do not be afraid to share. You would have not liked it if we hadn't shared with you. And the reason why we shared with you was so you could share and verbalize and humanize our information. You have a responsibility because you've heard our information and now you need to share it with others. And you know this. You know that we are higher dimensional beings. You know that we have higher perspective. You know that we have profound insight to what's going on and why. Please give us the respect and the honor to use your wisdom wisely. And we say this with much love. Hi everyone, Jo here. Happy 2022. Fantastic times. I have just finished that channeling and I can feel so heavy-hearted because I know everyone just wants love and support and encouragement and congratulations of being so wonderful and all that stuff. And I know that it is hard. I know it's hard living in the 3D, absolutely it is. And I know that we're all trying the best we can. And I know that when we listen to sessions like that, we just sort of feel a little bit, not told off, but kind of told off. And they always know what we're getting up to. And so when we're trying to get away with being of service, this is when they usually try to come back and remind us once again what we're supposed to be doing. And they're not judging. It may sound like they're judging, and it may sound like they're disappointed with us. They're not, but they're very over being here and waiting and seeing people not stepping up. They're impatient themselves while still being in that neutral. They're wanting people to truly step up and be of service. We all agreed to be of service. We truly did. And while we can't consciously remember signing up for these lives, we did that. And they keep wanting us to be reminded that we chose to be here. We are bigger advanced beings who can handle this density. We have mastered 3D, I'm sure, so many other times. We've just forgotten. And so while we're very distracted and deep in our 3D lives, we have to remember that we're here for a mission. We are here for a purpose, and it is not to buy into the density. And we just have to remember that we're very, very, very capable of mastering this. So I don't normally speak for them in terms of giving a summary at the end of sessions, but please feel motivated to trust what they're saying, because they know the best for us. And when we resist stepping up and when we resist their information, it's a choice. We have free will to do it. But I feel like they're getting impatient with some people who are not stepping up and not being honest about it, and still justifying, well, it's hard because blah, 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 blah. We can't make excuses anymore for our lack of service. We really can't. And I understand so many people are frustrated, and yeah, okay, feel frustrated, but get out of that pity party, get out of that mode. Because when we're feeling frustrated, that bottoms out our vibration very quickly, and then we can self-sabotage and loop. Please, please, please get out of that as fast as you can, because this is not helping anyone, including yourselves. And I really encourage everyone to find that higher frequency vibrations. Being of service feels amazing. It truly does. That gives us joy. And I did like that when they said that, because it does remind us that we want joy in our lives. We want to feel like we are here, and while it's so hard, let's make it count. Let's make every day count, because we're here and we are very advanced souls, and this shouldn't break us. This cannot break us. And I just want to love you all so much, and I'm sorry that this is not, feeling like a big jazz hands session, but I think they want us to remember the seriousness of us being of service and how helpful it is. And they are really concerned of those people who haven't awoken yet, who are supposed to. And if it's not in their life contracts to keep being asleep and in this density, they're really concerned for those people, because those people have shut out their own intuition, shut out their own teams, and they are refusing to notice all of the signs, all of the messages that the universe has been giving them. And this is why they are asking us to go and be those friends, go and support our communities, find that unity, and be helping. The collectives are basically begging us to help those lost souls. And we have to have compassion for those lost souls. Yes, they're horrifically hideous, and their prickliness, absolutely, it's not pretty at all. But this is why we have to help them even more so. So it does help us when we help and support and love those cactuses, because they will drop their prickles. They will stop reacting as fiercely as they have been, and they just need some compassion. I mean, I'm not saying accept and take all their abuse. Absolutely not. That is not what I'm saying. And we shouldn't be reacting to their abuse at this point anyway, because we know that this is them reacting to their own inner work that they've refused to acknowledge. And so this will encourage us more to realize that those prickly cactuses need even more love. And I think the antidote for those prickly cactuses is to remind them that they are lovable, that they are safe with our friendship, with our love, with our support. And there are so many fantastic ways that we can use our compassion to support them. You would not want to be in their position. At this time in humanity, you would not want to be those very dense prickly cactuses. You have to have compassion for them. Do it for their collectives, do it for their subconscious, do it for them, and do it for you, because ultimately, many of you feel really alone, that you don't have anyone to talk to about your journey. And here's all these cactuses around you that literally want to shed their prickliness, want to awaken, want to be there and on this journey. And the reason why you know all this information that you do is to be able to share what you do know. And everyone should know that there is reincarnation, that there is life contracts and life experiences, and everything's purposeful. And I feel like everyone who listens to these sessions should be able to share this profound wisdom and this biggest perspective if you have a conversation with anyone, because you should feel so comfortable with the perspective of what they're sharing. So wherever you're at, I love you. Whatever you're given to, whoever you are given and presented to be able to love and support, I want to say on behalf of all the cactuses, thank you, thank you, thank you, because they're so fucking miserable. They are hurting, my friends. Those cactuses are so hurt. They're hurting themselves with their own spikes. And so, let us be the difference. Let us heal those cactuses with so much love. So much love. Let's smother them with so much love. Because you're capable of profound love. We all are. And let's be part of the solution this year. Let's feel that unity. Let's create our communities. I love you so much. I know you're so capable. We're all capable of being more. So let's do this. Let's be the change. I trust that we can make profound things happen when we choose to be the difference. Love is key. Love wins, my friends. And I just don't think I could love you any more than I do, because I just simply adore you, and I have so much faith, and I trust you so much to be stepping up and being of service. I love you forever and ever and ever. And I can feel the collective saying that I should be trying to motivate you more to step up, and I'm saying, well, sometimes your tough love approach pisses off people. And so I am still 3D, and I still want to support my 3D friends, and I'm trying to do the best I can. Of course, I'm not going to be perfect all the time. I don't know if I'm perfect at all, but I'm trying my best. And that's all we can ask. Please try our bests, because it does feel good when we try. Don't give up on 3D. Don't give up on people. Don't give up on yourself. You're so important, and I love you so much.